So let's say hypothetically on one floor, the lender look at it on paper and say, okay, Mamadou can rent this one floor, right, that he's not living in. He can rent that for $1,400 the day he decides to rent it. They're gonna take that $1,400, they're gonna time it by 12 because there's 12 months within the year, and they're going to take 75% of that amount. They're gonna add it on your salary in order to qualify you for a higher amount in order for you to be able to qualify to buy a duplex. All right. How to buy your first investment property here in the US and also make it your primary with only 3%, guys. Welcome to this video. My name is Mamadou Diallo, full-time real estate developer here in the US. Guys, listen, if you want to buy your first investment property here in the US with only 3%, here's the best way to do it. You can not only buy it, turn it into an investment, but you can also make it your primary at the same time. This is a strategy that we call house hacking. Guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out when I put out new videos to help you in your real estate journey here in the US. Let's get to the topic. So guys, you've decided you want to become a real estate investor. You've never bought a home, but you'd like to buy your first real estate investment at the same time, make it your primary residence, which is the best way to get started if you've never bought a home before. Now, here's the deal. In the US, guys, one thing you need to know about the real estate market in the US is that it's the simplest in the world. Financial system, the banking system is the simplest in the world. All they're asking you to do is have good credit. That's the first thing. We start with credit. If you don't know what a credit profile is, that's how the bank knows if you're somebody that they should lend money on. So what they want to see is a track history of you borrowing money before and you've paid on time, you've kept your promise. So they call that a credit score. So if you don't have any, that's where you start. The first thing is you get your credit right. Here in the US, credit is more important than having cash in your bank account. I'm gonna repeat that. Having credit here in the US, good credit, is better than having cash in your bank account. Now, how do you build credit? Guys, it costs you less than a Starbucks, right? So typically, in order to do this strategy where you only bring about 3% to the table to buy your first investment property, all you need, guys, is probably 650 credit score or over. It's very simple. When you have credit, you can go to the banks, you can go to Bank of America, you can go to Chase, Trust banks, the small banks. You can work with a loan officer, a mortgage broker. They'll literally help you go negotiate with the banks the best terms possible. Now, guys, what is house hacking? House hacking is when you buy, instead of buying a single family home, you guys have seen these homes where it's only you that can live in. Don't be psyoped and scammed into buying single family homes as your first investment property. They're absolute trash investments. Number one, they're not investment because only you live in, right? An investment by definition is something that brings money into your pockets. It's not something that takes money out. If all it's doing is taking money out, well, guess what? It is not an investment. It is expenses. All right. So most single family homeowners for the first 10 years to 15 years, all they're doing is hemorrhaging money on the mortgage, property taxes, expanding the rooms, fixing the toilets, fixing the roofs. Why? Because if you own the property, obviously if something breaks, it's not your bank that fix it, is you. Most people think it's only the monthly mortgage they have to worry about. So instead of renting, they want to buy a single family home. No, that's what the school told you, and that's what the banks told you, because they want you to keep borrowing money and buy these trash single family homes where one day if you just lose a job, you are one paycheck away from ending in pre-foreclosure. Like somebody that called me yesterday and said, Mamadou, help me, I'm in pre-foreclosure. I made the mistake of buying a single family home and it's a nightmare. Guys, we buy properties off market all the time with distressed homeowners that are in pre-foreclosure because they made the bad decision of buying a single family home. So if only you can live in it, if you only have one door, only you and your family, only you and your brother, only you and your girlfriend, whatever, guess what? It is not an investment, right? So what you do is you start by buying a duplex. That's why we call it a house hacking. You start by buying a duplex. So you live in one floor and you rent in one floor. Now you're living in one floor and then you have one floor where you're going to put a tenant in, and guess what? Because you have a tenant in that one floor, that floor is now bringing you income. Now, before you even buy the home, if you decide that you're going to buy a duplex because you're going to make it your primary, you can take a loan that we call the FHA loan, first time home buyers loan here in the US. It is a government backed loan, is one of the cheapest loans where you only put about 3%. If you go through certain programs, government down payment assistance, you might even put 0% down. Obviously, check your lender's requirements for this. Is going to be based slightly on your credit. And you know what's funny, guys, is that it's simpler to get qualified for a duplex than to get qualified for a single family, because when you're trying to buy a single family, the only thing that the bank have to rely on, it is your salary, pay stubs, and your credit, because the property is not bringing you income. So they're only going to look at your income to qualify you. Now, if you buy in a 2-floor, day one, before you even buy the property, identify the property, and get it under contract, make an offer on it, guess what? The lender is going to underwrite the property based on also the income you're going to bring. So let's say hypothetically on 1 floor, the lender look at it on paper and see, okay, Mamadou can rent this 1 floor, right, that he's not living in. He can rent that for $1,400 the day he decides to rent it. They're going to take that $1,400, they're going to time it by 12, because there's 12 months within the year, and they're going to take 75% of that amount. They're going to add it on your salary in order to qualify you for a higher amount, in order for you to be able to qualify to buy a duplex. All right, now what is a primary residence, guys? The primary residence is considered the place where you have your primary address. That's what makes it a primary residence. So it's way simpler to qualify for a 2-floor anyway than a single family, and is a better investment. Plus, if you buy a 2-floor, now you have a tenant waking up every single morning, going and working hard to help you pay down your mortgage. You living in 1 floor, okay? So typically you start first with your investment, then down the line later, then you go buy, if you really want to buy a single family, then you buy your dream home after you've already built your passive income. And within that first year, because you're gonna have 1 floor that you're going to rent, guess what is that going to do for you? Because you're aspiring to become a real estate investor, you're gonna learn how to vet a tenant, how to do background checks, how to put a legal lease in place, how to collect rent, how to allocate money on the side every single month for vacancies, repairs, miscellaneous, whatever. You're learning to become a real estate investor because you have a tenant that you're managing. You're gonna learn how to find a handyman to fix the toilet leaks. You're gonna have to learn material costs, so that a general contractor is not gonna come to the property and be like, oh, to fix the toilet here is gonna cost you $100, when in fact it should only cost you $50. So you're gonna learn material costs. So after 12 months, now you have the experience of what we call property management. Not only you being a landlord, now on paper, literally, you have the experience of being a property manager. So next time you want to repeat the process and do the same thing again, you can walk into any bank and say, yes, I've already managed a property, I own a rental, and based on that, they can qualify you for other type of loans that exist where they don't even need your credit. They just look at the asset. We call them like DSCR loans, and I've made videos just on that topic alone. So check out my real estate investing / creative finance playlist on this channel. But guys, do not buy single family homes as your first primary residence if you're aspiring to become a real estate investor. By the way, by definition, even you as a regular homeowner that don't plan on being a full-time investor, the idea of buying real estate initially is an investment anyway. You're hoping that the property is going to appreciate in value. And single families that most people can afford, 74% of the US population are 1 paycheck away from not even being able to afford groceries. If you take off $500 from most people in the US's paychecks at the end of the month, they can't survive until the next month. They're gonna start living off of debt. All right, guys. So with that being said, most people, when they're buying homes, single family homes, they can only afford to buy it at a low income areas where property appreciation is not fast, right? The properties don't appreciate fast in value, and that's how you build wealth. If you buy a property at $300,000 today, and in 10 years the property is only worth $330, $350, you haven't built any equity. All right, guys. So unless you're a high earner, you own businesses where you're earning a lot of cash, or maybe you have a job where you're earning $150,000 or above, or even $100,000 and above, and you can afford to go into neighborhoods where the value of the homes are $750 and up, and in those neighborhoods, because they're the best neighborhoods where they have the best schools, the best hospitals, the best jobs, more safety, so properties tend to appreciate way faster. Unless you're in that type of situation, guess what? Do not buy a single family. Start by buying a duplex. Maybe even buy 3 to 4 duplexes before you ever buy a single family homes. I promise you guys, it is not worth the headache. Like this video, guys. Leave a comment below. Let me know if you agree or you disagree, or let me know if you've already made the mistake of buying a single family and you agree with what I'm saying right now. And obviously, like the video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until Until then, keep that boom mentality, guys. Be bold, be obsessed, be optimistic, and lastly, keep that mindset abundant, because there is enough deals for everybody. All right, guys, I'll see you guys on the next video. Boom, boom, boom.